Hi, I'm Nathan Josiah. If you don't know me yet, I'm a French plant-based chef based in London. Today I'm gonna connect to my roots and veganize a traditional Cameroonian dish, Ndolé. I'm gonna serve the Ndolé with Miondo. Miondo is made of a fermented paste of manioc. So in Africa it's called manioc, but you can also find it under the name of yuca or cassava. The skin of the manioc is really thick, so make sure that when you peel it, you do it with a knife and not with a peeler. Many Cameroonian recipes, or even Africa, contain a lot of preparation steps, so just be patient and enjoy the moment. Right now I'm gonna cut the manioc in half and take out the center because it's not really easy to digest even when it's cooked. So I'm a trained chef and I'm really confident with a knife. If you're not comfortable with a knife, just use a small knife or directly in the plank and don't hold it in your hand like I do. Let's jump into the next step. Usually would be to ferment the manioc for 3 days, but we don't have 3 days in front of us, so I'm just gonna go and grate it until I can have a paste out of it. A lot of African dishes actually are vegan. In the past 50 years, 60 years, meat and animal products have been brought more to Africa. So for this one, no need to veganize it. Remember that cooking is all about confidence, so if you don't feel comfortable going that close, just stop grating and you can put it in water. Actually, one way to eat manioc is just slice big chunks of it and boil it, and it's just delicious. This is how I used to eat it most of the time in Cameroon. So if you use a machine, you don't have to make this step as I grate it by hand. I'm just gonna go with the knife and chop it more finely. Don't be afraid to press it. We're gonna make a paste out of it, so you can be heavy on the knife. I'm gonna grind the manioc in my small mortar. Look at this cute and small mortar. So just put a handful at the time, and this is the moment we're gonna create a paste out of it. When the manioc is fermented for 3 days, it's gonna be easier to make a paste out of it. Didn't want to fermented it, so now we have to pay the price. And the price is hustle. Now that we made a paste out of the manioc, the last step is gonna be to roll it in really tight sausage shape. Traditionally, we would use banana leaves, but here baking paper will work perfectly. So right here, I just press and you can see the starch running out of my hand. Just press it, no need to drain it. Just press it a bit and start to make this sausage shape with my hands. I'm gonna roll the paper around the Miondo, make it really tight. Give it a twist at the end, each end. I'm gonna nut the two ends of my manioc sausage, my Miondo, in the making. Now that we have our Miondo all tied up in the baking paper, we're gonna put it in boiling water for 30 minutes. You don't want to cover them with water, just add water time to time into the pot. Let's make another side dish to go with the Ndolé, and usually it's served with plantains, Miondo, rice, a lot of different dishes that we could have at the same time. So I'm just gonna prepare some plantain, just boil in water for 30 minutes. Let's dive into the actual Ndolé recipe. Here I'm gonna use spinach. So why it's called Ndolé? Just because the grain that we use in Cameroon is called Ndolé. And here we're gonna use spinach because Ndolé is barely impossible to find. But Ndolé is just spinach. There is a lot bitter. Traditionally, they're gonna wash it more than 15 times. And I want to save myself from this task. So I'm just gonna wash it in the sink because it's still a bit dirty. Now that my spinach is clean, I'm gonna roughly chop it. I'm gonna keep the water because it's gonna add the water in the sauce, as I'm not gonna add any more after. I'm gonna set my spinach aside and I'm gonna add in a blender onion, garlic, and a splash of oil. I just weighed 100 grams of peanut flour and 100 grams of peanut butter. That's gonna be the base of my paste for the Ndolé. In a pot, I'm gonna fry my onion and garlic mix, and I'm gonna add the ground peanut and peanut butter to it. Last but not least, I'm gonna add the spinach to the pot. The only two spices I'm gonna add to my ndolé, it's salt and white pepper. White pepper is really used in Cameroonian cuisine, and this is the pepper I'm gonna use here. No black pepper today. The miondo is finally cooked. I'm just gonna drain the extra water right here and let them cool. Even when you wrap the miondo really tight, when they're gonna cook, they're gonna expand, and you can see that they're really tight in the baking paper. I'm gonna unwrap the miondo, just cut the ends out of the rope, and there you go. This gooey texture really reminds me of miondo. This is exactly the miondo I used to steal in the kitchen when I was younger. So delicious. Final step of this Cameroonian plate, I'm gonna add the ndolé and the plantains. This plate right here brings a lot of childhood memories, especially that ndolé is made with meat and shrimps usually. So right here, a vegan version of it, I couldn't be happier. The smell is accurate. That tastes delicious. Not too much bitterness, exactly how I want them. What about the miondo? Even though my ndolé is not made with ndolé leaves and spinach, I still have a bit of bitterness, and that's added by the peanut, and that's absolutely what I want. This recipe is an actual success. It's Nathan Josiah for Live Kindly. Do you have a favorite African dish? Let us know in the comment. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and thanks for watching. Au revoir.